Alfred Blackett. A pleasure to formally meet you in person.
Detective.
I trust you'll cooperate. In my department, we call you the Shadow. You built somewhat of a reputation for yourself. You seem to think of yourself as a righteous man.
You don't agree with my methods, Detective. But deep down, you know the harsh truth. No matter how much you try to ignore it, there's a little voice inside you that won't stop telling you the truth. You know I'm right. Your biggest fear is that you're wrong. And you are wrong. You just don't see it yet. But you will. You'll see.
I'm not here to have a moral conversation. You're a criminal. You do as I say. You answer my questions.
As you wish.
I want you to tell me what you know about James Manson.
I know Ben Manson, Detective. He was my old partner. I can't say I know James Manson though.
Mr. Mayor, thank you for coming on the show. 8 out of 10 voters say they don't feel comfortable walking the streets at night. Homicides up 25%, drug-related casualties also up. How do you respond to this?
I mean, Tony, my administration is doing everything they can to address these concerns, and I tell you what, they're doing a bloody good job under my leadership, and things are definitely getting better. I mean, we just orchestrated the biggest drug bust in the city's history.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have a caller on the line.
Yeah, hello. I have a question for the mayor. We all know it's unsafe out there, but criminals aside, we've got a masked man running amok. People are calling him the Shadow, and me and my family are really concerned. What solutions are you proposing to this, sir?
You should try 14A. Miss Blakey's not home. The mayor's wife lives there. But you knew that, didn't you? It's weird. I don't know a married couple that doesn't live together.
You know, Miss Blakey's in Tulsa. She lives a key under the mat. It's an easy job.
But don't just steal from some poor old lady.
Ah, so he does talk. Maybe you should. It's a tough world out there. You can't play nice anymore. There's no point protecting the antelope from the lion. You live like that and you might just find yourself eaten. They're not his. The mayor. They're not his prints. They're some other guys. She's having an affair. You see these things when you live next door. I know who you are. And whatever it is you're doing, I want in.
I work alone.
They call you the Shadow. People fear you. Not me. Those who wear the mask have the most to fear. So what's your biggest fear, huh?
Tell me more about this man you met. He was your new partner?
He was familiar to me. Just something about him. I didn't think I was going to see him again, but I was wrong.
I'm pretty good, aren't I? You know, getting elected isn't as hard as you may think, especially if you know the right people. Lucky for me, that drug bust can buy me some time with the public. But they can't find out I sold all the drugs to the mob. Oh. Honey, did you? Honey, get the commissioner on the phone right now.
Why are you following me?
I want to help. I can help, okay?
I told you. I work alone. Now go home.
You shouldn't be wandering the streets at night. You could be seen. I know who you are.
You don't know a thing about me, mate.
I know you're the one that's got all the politicians riled up. I know they're after you. The cops, secret intelligence, corrupt elite, everyone. Because you're trying to tear their system down brick by brick. And they don't like that. They don't like someone exposing them for their own corruption. They want us to pretend that we don't see it. They want us to put our heads down and stay quiet. But people are finally starting to take notice. Because of you.
Sloan, I've just had a very unpleasant call from the mayor.
Commissioner.
This has gone on long enough. I want this man found, and I want it now. He's a gutless criminal. He's a goddamn vigilante who takes the law into his own hands. I own the law, detective. I own the law. I want him in custody, and if you can't give him to me, I'm going to find someone else. 1 week.
Hello? Hello? I'm here. I'm not late.
Get up.
What the hell was that about? We could have been seen.
No one comes here.
You're insane.
I didn't make you come here. There's one thing you need to know about me. I live my life by a set of strict codes. Doesn't matter what you think about my methods, if you agree with what I do, or if you consider it moral or immoral. What matters are the people who depend on me. I aim to give a voice to the voiceless, and this is my method for doing so. If you have a problem with that, then leave.
Tell me your name.
In this line of work, there are certain things you don't need to know. Trust is just the figment of your imagination. It's just the rules of the game.
When do we start?
If you're in this, you need to learn. We live by the rules. The rules protect us. Gloves, mask. They keep us hidden. The gloves are fingerprint resistant and immune to corrosive and hazardous chemicals.
Well, what does your code say about using force to solve one's problems when needed?
No.
But I thought the ends justify the means.
We are not thugs, my friend. We don't lower ourselves down to their standards. If we do, we have no morals. We're no better than they are. We target the corrupt, the powerful, and the deceitful. The mayor, the district attorney, the commissioner. All those who work for the sole purpose to bring up their lives by bringing down the lives of others. Those who write checks to the mob out of fear. Those who use fear as a tool to suppress the voiceless. We target them to expose the truth.
Hey, stop!
We fight for the freedoms of all.
This is the police!
We shall give a voice to the voiceless.
Police!
We fight against injustice and corruption. For good to prevail, no matter the cost. For those who trust in him, he will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary, and walk and not be faint.
You're gonna want to see this. More of the same?
It's the 5th time this week. Been finding them all month. Bag it. We'll check it for prints later.
You risk everything. And for what? To save a place that has no right to be saved. What has it ever done for you?
Nothing. It's broken. Precisely why it needs someone to come along and find the pieces. Someone to instill hope. Someone with strength and courage to fix what was once broken. There are still good people here.
You're playing a game with a predetermined outcome. This place has every right to
burn, to fade away. Everything's stacked against you. What even is your plan to make a difference?
An act of true selflessness always sparks another. We make a difference one step at a time. Maybe beyond saving, but I will try. I have to try.
You didn't even ask my name.
Should I have?
You don't want to know the man that you're working with?
It's of no concern to me who you are or for what purpose you live. The less I know about you, the better. The less likely I am to get attached.
You fear attachment?
I told you I worked alone. I believe you have the right to know why. There was once a time where I had a partner, a man like you. His name was Ben Manson. Our cover was blown. We got cornered. We ran. Got separated. I left him there to die. You once asked me, what is your greatest fear? That's my greatest fear. That at someone's worst moment, they show you who they truly are. And in my worst moment, I didn't like what I saw.
I'm no stranger to death. My brother, he was taken from me. When he died, a part of me died. You never realize how much you love someone until they're gone. There's a place I go, it overlooks the city. It's calm there, peaceful. I go there sometimes and just listen. Listen to the cars in the distance. Water gently flowing down the creek. Leaves rustling in the wind. Feels like he's still there. Like I could talk to him there. Like he's there with me. But I know he's not. If I disappeared tomorrow, no one would care. But that's okay. Because life is a burden. It's too much of a load to take alone. You're only one man.
Now we're two. Hello, detective.
How'd you get this number?
I have my ways.
What do you want?
Just to talk. I hear that you're one of the many they have hunting me down. I'm sorry about that.
You don't get to apologize to me. I'm not like you.
Oh, but you are.
You can't just take the law into your own hands no matter how just you believe the cause to be.
You and I are not so different, detective. I'm just not afraid to get my hands dirty, to do what's right. You're one of the good ones. One of the few that remain. You know that sometimes the ends do justify the means.
We are not alike. Like you, I'm a man of justice, but we choose to act on that in two very different ways. and I'll make sure you get your due justice.
I know you. Better than you think. You don't know me, Detective.
I'll tell you what I do know. You're gonna get caught. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday. It's like Vegas. The house always wins. And I pray that God is on your side, sir.
A wise man once said to me, my concern isn't whether God is on my side, but for me to be on God's side. For God is always right. Maybe you should start thinking what side you're on, Detective. See you around.
So, what's the plan?
The mayor and the commissioner, they're working together. Both corrupt. They have no intention of owning up to what they've done. The mayor, he's the key to all of this. Those drug busts did nothing but put money into the pockets of the mob. He fears them. He took those drugs off the street just to put them straight back into the hands of criminals. And those criminals sell them off to deranged lunatics and walk our streets every day. It's a never-ending cycle of suffering. Their pockets get heavier, while the rest of us pay the price.
The mayor's house. I've been there before. I have it on good authority that he's been moved out of fear of his own safety. The contents of that safe may be enough evidence to convict. I want to go back. Tonight.
The price we discussed?
All the information is in here. Even where he'll be tonight.
Thank you.
Commissioner really wants this guy for streets, huh? He's been locking up anyone with any connection to the Shadow. Commissioner really wants this guy for streets. Commissioner really wants this guy for streets. He's been locking up anyone with any connection.
How did you get information like this?
I'm just the mailman. All I know is that someone on the inside has been feeding information.
Have a good night.
He saved my life, you know. Saved a lot of people's lives. He's just doing what you guys should be. You all took an oath, but corrupt cops just want him gone.
I'm not a cop. I'm a detective.
Do you want to know who he is? That information wasn't hard to get.
I know who he is. He's the Shadow.
I thought you said he was going to be home.
Relax. It's just a sensor. Lockpicker. Natural criminal.
You learn these things when your parents stash the snacks in a locked drawer.
I'm gonna head around the back.
Started ringing. I don't know.
It's him. Go, go, go!
We need to go. We've been compromised.
What was in the safe? Did you get it?
Empty. Go!
So that brings us to here. I want to help you, Alfred. I do. I need to know why you sent this photograph to me. Why me?
I didn't give you any photographs, Detective.
I know you to be better than a liar, so I'm going to ask you again. Why did you send this photograph to me? Why did you send this to the mayor?
I didn't do any of this. I don't deal in cryptic messages, Detective. You can't prove a goddamn thing.
There's a lot I can prove.
I told you I worked alone. I believe you have the right to know why. There was once a time where I had a partner, a man like you. His name was Ben Manson. Our cover was blown. We got cornered. We ran. Got Separated.
I want you to tell me what you know about James Manson.
I left him there to die. You once asked me, what is your greatest fear? That's my greatest fear. That at someone's worst moment, they show you who they truly are. And in my worst moment, I didn't like what I saw. I know Ben Manson, detective. Where'd you get this? It was my old partner.
Came in this.
I can't say I know James Manson though.
All I know is that someone on the inside has been feeding information.
Hello, Alfred.
You. Why?
Why? What does the always say? In this line of work, there's certain things you don't need to know. Trust is a figment of your imagination. It's just the rules of the game.
This isn't you.
You don't know a damn thing about who I am. You thought we could be righteous men. You thought we could make a difference. You were wrong.
You don't want this.
It's not about what I want. It's about what's fair. Now you must suffer for your sins. Suffer like he did. You left him there. Left him there to die.
You're James Manson. You're his brother. You've stood there all along and let me show you how it's done. But you've been far ahead all this time. You've been so blinded by hatred, so stuck in your own delusion. You've searched everywhere for the monster. Everywhere except the mirror. You were always the one wearing the mask.
It's done now. I didn't mean for all of this. I warned you. I told you. It's a tough world out there. Can't play nice anymore. If you live like that, you're gonna find yourself eaten. I'm sorry, Alfred. I'm sorry.
James! 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 There's one thing you need to know about me. I live my life by a set of strict codes. Doesn't matter what you think about my methods. If you agree with what I do, or if you consider it moral or immoral. What matters are the people who depend on me. I aim to give a voice to the voiceless, and this is my method for doing so. If you have a problem with that, then leave. We target the corrupt, powerful, and the deceitful. The mayor, the district attorney, the commissioner. You don't agree with my methods, detective, but deep down, you know the harsh truth. No matter how much you try to ignore it, there's a little voice inside you that won't stop telling you the truth. You know I'm right. Your biggest fear is that you're
A
wrong.
wise man once said to me,
And you are
my
wrong.
concern isn't whether God is on
You
my
just can't
side
see it yet.
or for me to be on God's
But you
side.
will.
But God is always
We'll
right.
see.
Maybe you should start thinking what side you're on, detective. See you around.
On your feet, soldier.
Detective?
The shadow. If only they could see you now. You're a vigilante. A criminal. You take the law into your own hands. You think there's no consequences for your actions. You're naive, self-righteous, careless, sloppy. It's part of the reason you got caught. But I see myself in you, Alfred. Behind the morals, I see a good man. One of the few ones left.
Detective, you don't know what you're doing.
No. For the first time in my life, Alfred, I know exactly what I'm doing.
You'll lose everything.
An act of true selflessness always sparks another. We all have to make our sacrifices. You have. What makes me any different? Someone once told me that you have to get your hands dirty to do the right thing. I was wrong about you, Alfred. And for that, I'm sorry. Now go, before I change my mind. What will you do now?
Same as I've always done. But first, there's someone I need to talk to. Someone that needs my help. Someone I need to apologise to. A friend.
Where is he?
I know the place.